Good day, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Viper's Voidland. Legendary stream tonight. This is me back in Path of Exile. And I guess I'll start out doing daily missions just to get them done. I've played a bit off camera. The last time I played on camera was the end of Act 1. I have actually just finished, not Act 1, finished Cruel. I have upped the build drastically. The damage is way better than it was when I last left off. Survivability is okay. I need to get better gear by a long shot. We currently are level 59. I've got an okay weapon. Specifically, it's really just radius and area damage. That's it. I got probably best in slot helmet, so you know, got that going for me. And the rest of it's pretty much rubbish. I do have a 5 link, so my Righteous Fire is up to a 5 link. That's pretty wonderful. I pretty much have to upgrade everything else. Everything else is mediocre to terrible, depending. But the weapon and the helmet are solid. Helmet's best in slot. 5 link is nice, even though the stats on it are not abysmal. Cold, lightning, some life. Yeah, it's not terrible. 6 link would be nice, but you know. The methodology is still the same. Drop the totems. The area of them is massive, but I'm no longer using my fire resist aura. So, yeah, they don't last as long as they did before. However, while they're up, they're going to just melt through everything. They're just simply going to melt through things. Even the Searing Bond is okay, but I only have it in... I don't even know what I've got it in right now. It was in like a 3 or 4 link, and now it's not. Shield charge, fortify. Oh yeah, so I do have shield charge to fortify if I need the extra defensiveness. Let's invite to party this person. So we can do that trade as soon as I'm done. Master, mission, be right there. There we go. So it's not impossible for us to die, but physical damage is going to be a tough one to kill us. Elemental damage, it could do it. My resists are not maxed, and that is definitely an issue, actually. Like, definitely an issue. Hey, Really? I've done his missions before. Alright, whatever. I still got credit for something. They wanted... Blink arrow. Alt. Blink. Wonderful. End trade. Still making not great currency. Thanks much. But steady currency from selling jewels and gems and whatnot. Nothing outlandish. I spent a handful on my 2 items. That is just... wow. You know what? Let's, no, global critical strike multiplier? I don't know. Probably not great, but... there you go. Let's set up our kite of flaming death. That's one of our dailies. Let's see what he's got to buy. Weapon-wise, I don't think I need an upgrade right now. 11% for an ult. Yep, that's perfect. Always check the gems. You never know when they're gonna have quality gems for effectively free. Like an 11% quality gem for 1 alteration. Hard to go wrong with that. Very hard to go wrong. I've done okay enough in the breaches. The totems do a damn good job of melting things, but it can still get very, very hectic very quickly. So there's times where I get overwhelmed, there's times where I can't quite kill all the stuff in there. It's going alright. Let's find a Kauri spirit and get the hell out of here. Normally I haven't actually been leveling Haku in recent leagues, but he's doing okay this time. I don't need his stuff too badly, but he was the guy that I got first, so I may as well level him. Until I get Xana at least, then I'll probably boot him out. Or boot somebody out and get Xana. Get in there. Just hit Act 1 Merciless. I got a little ways to go, but... I also have a damn good flask. I need to quality it at some point. My Quicksilver... ah, damn it, wrong way. It gives me extra movement speed and extra duration. So not only do I move faster because it's a movement speed flask, but then I move faster on top of that. And it lasts longer. So if I give it quality, it'll give me a nice oomph of speed, I hope. The rest of my flasks are generic and terrible. Just not even worth going over. They're that generic and terrible. I don't even think they're magic. Nope, they're not. One of them's quality.
Thank you.
That's it. Alright, what do you got for me now? Nope. Sweep, enduring cry. These are all blues. I need a better shield. Because really all this has got for me is fire resist and some armor. Yeah, my searing bond has got resists, I guess. I should pair it with something better. Oh, that's why. Because I used my rapid decay and elemental focus here. I need another elemental focus is my issue. That's what I gotta do. But I gotta trade for it, and I've just been too lazy to do it. And so far, Searing Bond's doing okay on its own. Oh, and I did buy a very high dexterity amulet. Because this build needs a handful of dexterity to work, so I did buy that too. And it also happens to have a bunch of lightning resistance from life. It's not best in slot or anything, but it's great dexterity, and that's all I needed from that slot at the moment. And now that we, again, I literally just hit Act 1. Hello! Welcome back, Fire Dragon Wing. I am streaming again, because the other stream kind of got cut short. Yeah, 19 fire resist. Lightning is doing fine. I am fine on lightning. I need fire and cold drastically. That's going to bite me in the butt. Like, it's not like maybe it will. It will bite me in the butt. I'm gonna have to get something better for that soon. Let's see. Yeah, I earlier had a emergency stomach thing. Pretty much forced me to cut the stream real quick. I didn't want to cut it. I wanted to finish the game. We lost, by the way, for anybody keeping track. We did lose that game. Pretty badly, even though we started out okay. But it was something that could not be postponed for lack of going into TMI. Well, it's perfect to hear because I'm doing a very burning and fire-based build. I've got Searing Bond Totem and Righteous Fire Totems doing all of my damage. So fire everywhere. But I'm also weak to fire right now. I need to fix that. But I don't really know. I'm going to have to get a good shield is what I'm going to have to start looking for. Because one of my rings is going to be taken up by a specific ring that lets me do another curse once I have the mana to do so. I need to get a few nodes on the passive tree to be able to do it. But once I do that, one of my rings will be taken up by a ring that gives me an extra curse availability instead of the two I'm using now. I clearly need fire. That leaves me with one ring, boots, gloves, belt, armor I can't really change right now. Yeah. Dex, intelligence, cold damage, life. No. Bye-bye. What do you have to sell, however? Do you have prismatics or chromatics? Addicts? Just any addicts. Part of me wants to just buy a better shield. I'll have to. The shield is probably my best way of getting those resist right now. I'm gonna wait till I'm a little higher level so I have more options for the shield. I'll make it. I just need to keep my eyes open for... Wow. I've had these boots forever. Hold on. I think I started with these boots. It's a level 12 boots with 5 energy shield. That's what I need. But they've got run speed in it. I haven't found another one with run speed yet. Damn it. Yeah, boots. That's gotta be fixed. That is just abysmal. They've got run speed, and I need that. Actually, they've got run speed, fire, and lightning resist. Life, technically. Gloves, I could... Oh, they got fire and lightning. I could do better on gloves, too. Belt, life, and cold. Okay, belt could really do better. Belt's probably... You know what? The belt's the one that I could realistically do right now. Get that going. So it's got a... Just 6% cold resist. That's it. Okay. So we want a belt. We want it to be Environment's level 62 or below. We're currently 59. If it's 62, we can level into it. We would like some life. We would like some resists. A pseudo percent to total resist, which pretty much says I don't care what type of resist. Just show me one with at least 30% combined resist. We want them online and a buyout. What can we get for the most resist? Life is good too. 4 exalt, forget that. Wow. Apparently belts with a lot of resist go for the exalt range. Yeah, not doing that. Alright, let's modify our search a bit. 30 was doing okay. Let's do 40 and 50. See how that goes. What does it find here? An alk. An alk is totally doable. Stone and block rate. It's got life, elemental resist. Increased mana recovery from flask doesn't matter too much. Flask effect duration is okay. Gain soul eater while using a flask. Lose souls gained from soul eater on flask use. Alright, Fire, thanks for tuning in for a little bit. See you around next time. This is a super interesting part of the night. Fire and Chaos. I don't care too much about Chaos. Soul Thirst seems to be a decent life and resist one. Let's see if we can find one that's got Fire and Cold. There you go. 28 life, 30 life, Fire, Cold for an elk. Yes. I'd like it to be higher. Let's see if we can do... Hold on. I'm going to do specifically Fire and Cold. Fire resist at least 20. And cold resist with at least 20. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, it's still doable. Total resist. Life, fire, cold, lightning. 9 chaos. Afterlife, fire, cold. That's probably the one. 6 chaos is a lot. Wish I had a little more life, but that's still... I'm going to do that one. Because that's going to cover my resist for a good amount. So we'll do this, then we'll progress through Act 1. 6 chaos belt. It's expensive. I only have 7 total. But... whatever, we'll save up more. Life goes on. It'll pretty much cover my belt slot for a good while. If not, like, the rest of this character. If they respond. Ah, okay. Wonderful. Let us hit their hideout. Get our belt. Ah, they're already in mapping. I'm getting there. Alright. Thanks much. Alright, we are now a little better on resist, to say the least. So, should go into Merciless where we can actually see it. Instead of 1932.75, 64.67.75. That's just worlds better. That's just simply, in every way, better. Life's up a little bit, or maybe down, I don't care. The resist will matter. Now we can actually progress. Alright. Now I have less of a worry of just being wrecked. Yeah, I can still die, for sure. But it's not going to be like a one-shot fire, just getting destroyed. Look at this guy, get ourselves an essence. Look at how quickly these guys burn. I don't know, I just love the constant degen. It's not one big hit. If I wanted that, I would do Fire Blast, and one of these days I will. I've never actually run a Fire Blast character, and I'd kind of like to. I legitimately want to do a Fire Blast character. I legitimately want to do an Essence Drain Contagion character that I actually get to end game instead of just wandering off halfway. And Fire Blast would be fun. What was the other one? I can't remember the other one, but there was another build I wanted to do. It seems like a lot. Oh, Cyclone! Cyclone seems really cool. But so far I haven't done any of those, really. Not to end game. There's sometimes I've messed around with them, but not quite made it to the end. I should. They look like a lot of fun. That said, I enjoy this. It's simple. It's not super hardcore or anything, but like, it works. It gets the job done. Melt it, they die. All these corpses. Alright, all you guys stand here and die. How about that? Look at that. Superior chainmail? Oh, because it's 6 socket. I was like, why is it even showing a flammability, vulnerability? Sash. So when we can, we're going to add in temporal chains to our curse setup. Our blasphemy curse setup. However, we neither have the gem nor the mana for it yet. When we level up, we did get our first ascendancy, of course. When we level up, we're going to start going... It gets down the bottom. I got to double check my tree on the left hand. I was going to say the left hand screen. Yeah, down there. I'm going to move it back to the left. So yeah, radius of aura skills, reduced mana, reduced mana, reduced mana. Which will let us run 3 blasphemies with some room to spare. Not a ton, but some. I could always switch up what blasphemy is, but I also, because of our helmet, it gives us damage. Like, not only do we get damage because the 2 we have on them lower their fire resist right now, but 20% increased damage per curse on enemy. So that would be 60% damage if we get...
Over here, Exile.
Yep, there, over here, Exile. If we get triple curses, just 60% damage, just done, done. They'll move slower, hit me less. We already up our damage on them because they're damage boosting curses, and then it goes higher than that, which is, you know, pretty solid. Shield. I should keep my eyes open for better kite shields, like this one perhaps. Please be better. It's already just better by having 36 increased armor, honestly. Like, that legitimately is just better. No, I mean the 12% all resist. Technically, we lose 1% fire. Whatever. We'll keep leveling these. There we go. So we lose 1% fire resist. 63, 75, 75. Not shabby, honestly. And I might be able to craft life onto it. So that'll give us that little extra oomph on it. Our life pool's okay. Clearly it could be better, and clearly I'm going to make it better, but it's not terrible. 23 or 2200, it's solid. Not going to break any records. I think I'm actually still deathless, aren't I? I have not died in this character yet. If this was me playing on a hardcore league, I'd still be going. It won't last forever, but for now, I've had some close calls, for sure. I've definitely had some close calls. But I always managed to get out. I had a instant flask for a while. I don't now. I don't know. Playing softcore until I get to the mapping phase, I don't care. If I ID one that's instant, I'll use it. But I drastically outleveled it, so yeah. Away it goes. Glass blowers? I'm going to start using that. They currently last 3.5 seconds, or 5.3 seconds. 5.4! We'll get it up there. Slowly but surely, we will glass blower the baubles. I should start converting my stuff too. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of quality flasks that I just need to sell off to convert to glass blowers. When it happens. And I could be shield charging around a bit more. It eats a little mana. It's not really even noticeable. And I guess it is faster. And, you know, Fortify. Hard to go wrong with Fortify. It may only last, what is it, 10 seconds, I think? 5 seconds, but it's still, you take reduced damage. Kinda hard to go wrong with that. At mud flats, going through, so I should, a little more frequently, be moving around like this. Actually, it doesn't do any damage, because I do have this Ancestral Bond or whatever. I can't do damage with it, but it still gives me Fortify and moves a bit quicker. That's good enough, damn it. Oh, hey, look, the area boss charging right into my totem and dying immediately. Love it. I love it. Totems of death and destruction. And I should get into the habit of using all these defensive things even if I don't need them right yet. Because when I do need them, I'll already be in the habit of using it. The hell is this other one going to be? Over here? No, that's going to be the beach. It'll be down here then. Oh, hold on. Ah, whenever I see the red glow, you never know what it could be. Alrighty, and okay, screw you guys. I want to focus. Keeping the damage going up. I think I'm getting a new jewel socket at some point soon too, so I should keep my eyes open for... Oh, hold on. Ice trap. Didn't even realize I had an ice trap there. Let's and essence drain. Let's go ice trap. Essence drain. This name is ice trap, and the other one is essence drain. Ice trap. Drain. Alright, trade first. La di da di da. Ice trap. And essence drain. Thanks much to both of them. Perfect. Hey, Shadow Rose Gaming is now hosting me with one viewer. Thank you so much, Shadow Rose. Always love and appreciate being hosted and having people just generally tuning in and having a good time. For all of my terrible gameplay and mediocre pathing around the Exiles. 65 life and 2 resists. That's not abysmal. You know what? I wonder if I can get an alch for that. Probably not. Realistically, I'm not holding out hope. But you never know. Off those guys. It's 8, but for some reason the counters have been off. Okay. Well, no matter how many or few viewers, it's still fantastic. And I forgot to do my Torah mission today, so hold on. Let me get that done while we're here. This going on. Burninate some creatures. Find the beast. Using scattered pools of blood. Burn it all. Burn it all to the ground. I don't know. I like the concept of a free mana cost ability. Like, my main ability is just like, oh, it costs nothing. And it does this type of damage. Just, I enjoy it greatly. So, Pool of Blood says monsters are this way. How do I get there? This is a level 41 area. Okay, so we way out leveled the area. And it's a dead end. Well, this is going swimmingly so far. Maybe over... Ah, there we go. The dank den. It's clearly full of memes. Makes perfect sense. You guys just, I don't know, come at me. Get murdered by the fire. Good plan. And all of our gems are about to level up, looking on the right. So Torah's done. We'll also see what we can craft on a shield while we're here, because you never know. Not quality, not quality. Not quality, so pretty much doesn't matter too much. Never hurts to check what they got, but... So, this shield. We can't do life. Doesn't have room for it. Strength, dexterity. We can add... Oh! Out? What the? That's not the right shield. Oh no, it is the right shield. What the hell am I talking about? Let's do add that extra fire to it. I could have sworn it had... I was thinking the stats on the belt. I threw myself off. So, we are going to go back to wherever the hell we were and go back to murdering stuff. and the things in the place with the guys. Hopefully level just all of our gems. We got all of the bits for the next area. Just gotta find the door. The devil. Also, oh, I forgot I had my in-game audio turned up a bit, but I don't think it's deafening or anything. Actually, probably still low. This game is kind of... Oh, I have this game set quiet, because I have a bad habit of... Not a bad habit per se, but a habit of playing the game while watching Netflix and such. Since you don't need to hear the game too much. Alright, the first breach of the night. Let's see what we get out of it. All of our gems leveling. It's a fairly straightforward thing here too, so let's just level those. It's actually not always a good idea to level your gems in a breach. Because if you have a breach ring, you might have stats you don't normally have. Which would mean you could actually level it past what you can equip. Damn it. It being one way means it's easy for me to like shovel the enemies to me, but it also means not getting a lot of them. They can only spawn around here. Rare, rare, come on! Die before... Beautiful. Okay, we got a splinter. That wasn't as great as it could have been. Whatever. We lived, got some loot. Normally the breaches are better. Normally more enemies, more craziness. I've yet to find a breach boss. You can open a portal to one of them if you get 100 splinters, but they can sometimes show up in a breach too and drop a bunch of splinters, a bunch of loot. So... that would be pretty cool. Leveled and went down there. I'm gonna go over there, but I think I'm also gonna first get my aura, my third curse rolling. I think that's gonna be my priority. Probably the best boost of damage and survivability I can get right now. Hey look, another breach. Perfect. Just hit that guy. It's gonna be crazy because they're gonna come from everywhere. Alright, already... just a second, Shadow. I see that you put a comment there, but I'm trying to maintain all of this stuff that wants me dead, so hold on a second. Let's keep charging around a little. Oh, and there's... wow, there's just everything around. Got a few splinters. Wonderful. Need way more of those. I want to kill the rare guy, but these cold suck a lot. He's dead. No, no, no. I already closed. I mean, when they made this game, when they started making it many, many years ago, it was several years after Diablo 2, but several years before Diablo 3 was even announced, and there was just a group of people in New Zealand that are like, Diablo 2 is one of the greatest games we've ever played. They're not making a 3. We could kind of do something like that, and so they kind of did. It's not exactly Diablo 2. It's... I love the materia type system, I love the skill tree, but I'd be lying if I was like, no, it's totally not in any way related to Diablo 2. It's clearly inspired by Diablo 2. Heavily, though. And I like it. It's become my loot-based action RPG of choice, unless we're talking Borderlands. When a new Borderlands comes out, I tend to go to those. But otherwise, if I'm going to play a point-and-click loot-based action RPG, it's going to be Path of Exile lately. I branch out, I try different ones. What's the other one? Grim Dawn's a lot of fun. Titan Quest was actually just updated, even though it's an old game. Torchlight 2 is phenomenal. If you don't want always online, which this one is only always online, and you don't mind spending a little bit of money on Torchlight 2, because this is a free game, Torchlight 2 is also wonderful. Given the choice, I'm going to pick this one, but Torchlight 2 is a close second in terms of just its quality. And it's got mods. This is also constantly re-updated, so, you know, it kind of works out as well, too. I love it. My first sacrifice piece. The people who make the game are very active, both in the game and on the game's subreddit. They take ideas and criticisms, and they're actively trying to make the game better. They've always sworn it wouldn't be pay to win. It's not. Hell, one of the first times I ended up trying out the YouTube streaming, one of the guys who works on the game hopped into my stream just to check it out and say hi, and How many games do that? How many games have their people go in and be like, hey, just figured I'd check it out. I work on the game. This is cool. Good luck. I actually didn't believe them at first until they messaged me in-game, and they used the yellow messaging, which only the people who work on the game have. So I was like, oh, well, now I feel like a jerk. I didn't believe the guy. But when somebody says, oh, I totally work on this game in somebody's stream, you never know. I can't say enough good things about the game. I love the number of builds you can do, the craziness of what you can build, though there's always going to be meta builds. There's always going to be the top 1, 2, 3, or whatever builds that just everyone plays because they're a little bit better, and that's also cool. You can do some crazy stuff. The official Paragon bot, not butt, sorry. I don't know if Paragon would have a butt bot. That's pretty cool. But even like the skill I have, like this is a skill that you're supposed to use on yourself to make your spell damage go up drastically at the cost of burning you. You're supposed to just find a way to up your fire resist and your life regen as high as you can so it doesn't burn you to death. Instead, you slap it on a spell totem, so the totem just casts it. It burns for a percentage of the totem's life per second, so your damage scaling stat is totem life, which is the weirdest damage scaling stat ever. And since it's a debuff that you apply to yourself, it has no mana cost. And since all the links in a chain multiply mana instead of adding a flat amount, it costs nothing. My mana will never move from using this skill. This one, sure. This one, sure. But my regular Righteous Fire Totems, free. Just absolutely manaless. And the fact that that's something you can do, I think is pretty damn cool. Oh yeah, I love the damn game. I don't think I've been shy about saying that at any point in my streaming or YouTube video career. I should check those boots. My boots are evasion energy shield. It still theoretically could be better than my 5 energy shield boots. Freaking anything would be better than that. Hop over here, turn in the quest, because we've got at least 2 rewards coming our way, and at least one of them is a skill point. Oh, you had a reward too. Medicine chest, sulfur for damage, marine basalt. I think basalt's a decent one to have. You don't matter much. You've got prophecies. You've got, you will kill a foe possessed by tormented spirit, freeing the spirit. That's fine. We got at least one more. We'll be ambushed by several enemies upon slaying a foe. And there's a few we can only do in cruel and normal. Wow, I'm gonna have to go back to those. Boots. We want probably pure armor. Or I could do armor energy shield just simply because we probably need it better for the sockets. Yeah. You managed to kill a crab? And Daddy Crab, got it. So, time to get our skill point and ID what we got. These are just vendor trash that we're holding on to either way. Same with that. Dexterity, mana, cold resist, 30% move speed. We're probably keeping those unless these also have 30. Nope, we're just going to go 30% move speed. Those are 15. Yeah. Oh, it's got fire and lightning. We're actually going to lose some resist, but we're going to gain enough move speed that I don't care. At all. Take off the footprint effects from those. And the boot effects. And swap it out. Blue can go there, red can go there, and maybe we can craft something onto it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to check. Reduced mana reserved. And let's see if we can craft anything. La-di-da, workbench. And the boots. Do life, which would be not bad. Life, armor, evasion, energy shield, armor, and no strength. Oh, we can't do resist? Yeah, screw that then, we're doing life. If resist isn't an option, we're going life. That's only 10 alterations. We got 80. Plus whatever we got here. We're almost... No, I guess Zoff's the only one that we have kinda some of. Pop that guy there. Our ring. Is the ring any good? Strength, fire damage to attacks, mana. No, it's not. 30 fire resist isn't terrible. Flame Blast probably won't even sell, honestly, but I'm going to put it there. Vendor. Can go in 5. Yeah, these can go in 5. That's fine. Salts were 3. No, 2. This one. And all things are good.
What can I do for you, exile?
Vendor, back to where we were. Yeah, going life in a video game is the only way to get a life. I mean, that's the great thing about gaming. You've got so many lives. But I know that feeling. There are a lot of people in this game that don't go life-based characters. There's a point way up here. Not Eldritch Battery. Chaos Inoculation. Maximum life becomes 1, but you're immune to cast damage. Cast damage is the damage that would cut through your energy shield and hit your life directly. So it pretty much says they can't go through your energy shield, and you just use your energy shield as a life pool instead. The reason people do that is it's easier to get more massive amounts of energy shield than it is massive amounts of life. I don't know, I prefer life-based characters. Besides the obvious joke about having a life, it's just, I don't know, it's how I prefer to play the game. So even when CI is like the meta, I don't really use it. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm usually going to go a life-based character. More often than not, I try and go something that would live. Correct, they go no-life builds, exactly. Yeah. There are some people who build low-life builds. Oh, hold on, something dropped. What the frick? Orb of Scouring, what was the other one? Distinctly heard 2 things crash. What was the other thing? Some people go low-life builds. It's like when you live a kind of mediocre life. You're not no-lifing. You're not full-lifing. You're just low. I heard something else drop. Alright, it could have just been maybe it double played the sound file or something. Or maybe I'm just missing the most valuable item in the game. Who knows? It would be my first goddamn mirror. One of the currency items of this game is a mirror, and it is the rarest item in the game. Just hands down, period, done. It's... well, maybe not the rare. I don't know. It's stupidly rare. To the point where I've played thousands of hours of this game. I've never even encountered one. If you find one, you have all the currency you need to make whatever character you want to make. You can buy and trade pretty much anything, but you're not going to find one. You're just not. That said, it's theoretically possible to drop in any area at any level. There's no level requirement on it. It's a currency item, not a equipment, so it could be anywhere, but you're not going to find it. It's statistically just not going to happen. Alright, so we got the breach open here. I'm going to try and keep my stuff going. Correct, that's it. They're so ugly it breaks all the mirrors. That's definitely it. And many of the characters don't wear pants, specifically the Templar, which has been a long-running joke. Like, you have a chest slot item, you've got boots, you've got gloves, but there's no pants item. And specifically the Templar class, clasped hand, actively just doesn't have pants. Not nudity or anything, but just like, not pants. Like a long shirt instead. When Lightning Golem might sell. Check that. Staff can sell. 2 more splinters. We're slowly moving on up the splinter chain. Realistically, even if I summon one of those splinter bosses, I can't kill it yet. At all. My favorite build, and one that I would like to try one day. There's a support gem you can get in this game called Cast on Death, and anything you link it to gets a massive increase to AoE. I think it maybe also increases damage too, but you can only cast the linked abilities when your character dies, and it casts it on your location. And people just get a character, boost it up through the levels, so because when you die in higher difficulties you lose experience, and that clearly makes it difficult to level. So they get to a decent enough level by being boosted by other people, and they legitimately just suicide bum rush bosses and like one-shot them. by killing themselves. And it works. It's not efficient. It's not practical. But it works. It exists. It's a thing you can do in this game. I love things like that. Who needs pants so you can get a third arm? Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Templar is definitely all about the third arm slap. Murder Kaduku. We dropped nothing. Thank you, Kaduku. We can also, instead of our Searing Bond, we could put our trio of Searing Bond totems instead of Righteous Fire. I think I said Searing Bond earlier. Yeah, Guild Wars, I never really did the PvP in it. I should play more Guild Wars. I own the game, not the expansion. I liked it, I don't know. I kind of just wandered off and never went back. It was fun. I loved the world. I love exploring. And I think I played a Mesmer, but I don't think I played it well, was the issue. Correct, you could effectively... Yeah, nice, I like the emotes. So you could effectively suicide bomb bosses, just... because, why not? Or they ended up nerfing this build, but there was a skill called Veil Spark, which sent out a ton of tiny little electric sparks on the ground that go everywhere. Like, they bounce off things, they go everywhere. And nobody used the skill. It was terrible. At all. Except one person realized it would bounce off of walls, and there was another ability you could use that basically made a ice arena around an enemy. So you made an ice arena, trapping you and a boss in there, pop Veil Spark, and all the sparks keep bouncing off the walls in a tiny area and just wreck a single target. Like, a single target just gets absolutely destroyed, to the point where they had to nerf the skill, but like, somebody took a skill that no one used and went, this could probably be the most powerful thing in the game, I'm gonna do that. Did! To the point where it had to get nerfed. Nerf happened. We got this trunk buff. Let's do another breach. Let's see what we got on this. Keep up. This is up a little bit better than last time. And totems rolling. Kill all the things. So everything in a breach area, all these purple guys have a chance to drop the breach ring. You have to find a breach ring. It's theoretically possible, I guess. But I'm really here for splinters, shards, and it's still just good XP. So, like, even if nothing good drops, it's still really high mob density. See, oh, these guys, some beats. Damn it, now they're Chaos Orb. Wonderful. Chaos Orbs are the go-to currency in the game. Yes, anything with this color icon is a currency item, but most things that aren't stupidly cheap or stupidly expensive, people are going to trade in increments of Chaos Orbs. Kinda like how back in the day of Diablo 2, Stones of Jordan were the go-to, like, this item's worth 6 SOJs. It was just the one people used as the benchmark. I didn't play the first Guild Wars. I owned it, but I didn't really play it. That's there. PvP will be able to combine Necromancer with Assassin, buff yourself with Death Nova. Use Assassin Shadow Step into a group and spam abilities that do area damage. Ah, that's interesting. Gain health by taking damage. Interesting. Yeah, I love interesting build ideas. And games that, like, embrace it. Aha, somebody wants to get my fire penetration gem. Let's go sell it to him. Get our sweet currency rolling in. Come on. Come on. You can do it, computer. I believe in you, computer. Invite party and go to our hideout. More customizing my hideout. I tend to be lazy with it. I always do my 4 exiles fishing into the center, but past that I don't do too much. Damn it, somebody else wants the fire penetration too. Except, well, this guy got it first, I hate to say. Wait, thanks much, and... sorry, just sold it. There we go. There are a lot of people who won't respond to a trade thing, and I always like to at least let them know, hey, it sold, sorry, not ignoring you, You have an answer. You're not waiting for me to just say stuff. Let's see. Chain Belt Necromancer. Rubbish and rubbish. Okay, we'll just vendor them all. That guy there. And this is Void Manipulation. We don't do chaos damage, but somebody's gonna, so somebody's gonna buy these. That will sell, that will sell. That one probably won't, realistically. Wed will probably sit there for a while. The other ones will sell, and I could probably sell them higher than that, but I don't care. I'd rather the quick sale. Knocking people off a map, those are always fun. I love the whole just bye-bye. It's like playing Lucio in any of those I can't remember the name of the maps, but you know the ones I mean. Any of the central capture point maps with a Lucio. It's a good time. It's a damn good time. Hell, like, that sounds cool. It also sounds confusing at first, but, you know, whatever. Oh, okay. So you took damage to get stacks of a thing, which you could spend to get big and beefy. Okay. That sounds pretty awesome, actually. And especially as a guy who likes to play tankier type characters. Wow, what the hell exploded them? Oh, the Fawn did it. He just came down and wrecked him. I like to play tankier characters, though. Assassin's Haste Cobalt Jewel. Okay. We will invite to party. And it's a full chaos. So there you go. I spent 6 on the belt. I found 1, and I'm trying for a second one. Make some of it back. I don't remember which one I put up there for chaos, but we'll find it. La-di-da-da. Assassin's Haste Cobalt Jewel. I don't have it. I had set it for... Alright, whatever. I had set it for... not a chaos. But okay. Thanks so much. So they overpaid for it, and I'm okay with that. I'm in no way going to complain. At all. I'll take a chaos for it. 100%. Back up to 3 chaos. Yeah, so they have a spot here for the mirror, but you're never going to find a mirror. Ever, ever, ever. Like, I've only found a handful of exalts in my day, and those are much more common. In fact, you know what? I'm really curious what the going rate is. So, in terms of the common trading items, like, chaoses are the ones people usually trade for unless it's really expensive. Then it goes to exalts, which are worth multiple chaoses, and then mirrors. So I'm just curious on the going rate. Path of Exile, a PoE to trade. Let's see. Currently on the currency market, if I had chaos and I wanted exalt, what's the going range? So right now, 1 exalt is worth 65 chaos, which is a lot. If I had exalts and I wanted a mirror, how much is that going for? Yeah, 100 exalts for a mirror. So to get a mirror is roughly, what is it, 600? No, 6,000? Roughly 6,000 chaos. Mirrors are expensive. Just a little. So let's see, sorry, I fell behind on chat. You and a friend playing on the weekend. People, 2-man. Oh man, soloing bosses like that are always some of the best stories. Oh man, when you're done with that story, I got a quick one. Old school WoW story, but you know. He goes, screwed it up. We'll get him next time. You're like, no, got this. Those are great when you can just tank everything. Way back in the day of Wrath of the Lich King in World of Warcraft, I was my guild's... I wasn't the main tank, but I was the only paladin tank. So I was like the off tank, but I was the paladin tank. I liked playing paladins, though lately I played other characters in WoW. That's just what I did. I was the tank, and I was maybe not the best or anything, but I knew my stuff. I knew what I was doing. And we got to... I can't remember the boss's name in Naxxramas, but it's the safety dance boss. It's a boss. His attack patterns are super, super predictable, to the point where when he was originally a boss, people found out that his attack patterns could be done and sunk perfectly to the song The Safety Dance, which is why most people just call him a Safety Dance boss. But I was good at his patterns, and if you avoided his patterns, you could kinda manage a lot of his damage, especially because Paladin tanks were just good at healing themselves through non-lethal damage. And it was a 25-man instance, I want to say? I think it was 25 at that point. It was lower than 40. Everyone died but me. The boss is at like 30% HP. They're like, no, just White Viper, just White Viper. I'm like, no, I'm gonna try this. It took like 15-20 minutes. Realistically, would have been faster to wipe it and just do it, but I did it, soloed the guy down, and it was fun. It was pointless, but it was one of those moments. It's like, no, I got this. Had to use every cooldown and ability at my disposal, but I did it. Paladin tanks for the win. Paladin tanks were totally different now, but at the time, I was decent at my Paladin. Knew my stuff. And it sounds like you're just damn good at that game, which is also not a shabby thing. Aha, we got another Veil side area. We get negative resist, bosses hit harder and faster, and more quantity. Sure. Negative resist is going to sting a tad, but we'll live. Or we'll die, and it'll be our first one, but whatever. I play softcore, just in case. The inevitable deaths that I will face. Or I think this is the furthest I've made it on a character without dying. I think getting to level, what is it, 60 without deaths is a record for me. I usually either get a lag spike or am stupid and overconfident at least once. It helps that this is just... It's not the tankiest character, but you don't have to be overly near the stuff you're killing. Totem and range help, and it's still a decent life-based character. It's still a marauder, though it is funny. I think next level, either this one... Yeah, next time I go through the labyrinth, I will take 10% more damage from everything, but I'll do 40% more. So I think that's going to be a fun trade-off. I'll take a little bit more damage and do a lot more. And that's perfect to me. See, that guy, he's fairly dangerous. But, you know, barely even noticed he was there. Sacrifice at dusk. I don't really want the sacrifice fragments, though. Whatever, I'd rather the Veil gems. What can you do? Not much. RNG says sacrifice fragment, so that's what I got. I mean, that's being good enough at the game anyway. It's just finding the broken stuff. I don't find broken stuff in this game. I follow build guides. I let other people find the broken stuff, and I go, I will loosely follow that and modify it slightly to whatever I am looking for. I take no credit for this build whatsoever. In fact, there we go. The build creator, this guy, over here. Where's his name? Milky Slice on the Path of Exile forums. I take absolutely no credit for this build, but it's a ton of fun to play and I like doing it. But I in no way claim this to be mine at all. I've tried to make builds in this game before. I'm not good at it. They always end up sucking, so I just follow other people's. I'd rather have something tried and tested than fail repeatedly myself. Let's see, so we're on level 2, slowly moving towards the boss, who should be an absolute cakewalk. That said, I mean, even though we're in Merciless, we're in Act 1 Merciless, so it's still supposed to be on the easier side of things. I don't think anything is going to stand up to the sheer melting damage. I could go back to Cruel and do the Cruel Labyrinth. That actually might be a very good idea. Get that extra 40% damage going. That's worth considering. And I could start doing boot enchants too, but a lot of the enchants don't matter for this character. A lot of the Labyrinth enchants are like on kill, do something. Though it looks like I'm murdering everything, for the mechanics of the game, I am not getting kills. My totems are. So anything that says, for me, on kill, do something, won't ever happen. Like my gloves. Cast Word of Thunder on kill. That never gets cast at all. It just won't. So it's kind of wasted, but yeah, it was free for doing the Labyrinth anyway, so why not? The downside, I tend to like characters that also are totem or minion based. and they don't get to put those to full use for the enchantments because you can't do much with it. You don't kill, and most of them are on kill, or if you've killed recently, or stuff like that. Ordnance quarters. Alright, so to the boss. Or the mid-boss of the act.
Is about to meet its match, brute.
Yeah, go ahead and taunt me, Piety. Nobody cares. You keep running around. Kill Brutus. He's gonna drop absolute rubbish. We also don't have any item rarity at all on us, I don't think. No, we have 13% rarity on something, which is abysmal. Like, if I wanted more rare items, I'd go for rarity, but I'd rather be effective. La-di-da, la-di-da-da. Oh, look at that. Crown, we might be able to sell if it's any good. Ring, same thing. We've got a decent shield. This would have to be fairly good to beat that. But I can ID it anyway. As you never know. We'll get our Brutus quest reward. And how many challenges are we in? We're at, no, they got 15. We got 7. Oh, it doesn't show us after 2. Hold on a second. Just not in a party. Alright. Hey. Are we just not saying anything? Alright. Whatever. Normally when you chat something, it shows how many challenges you've done. We've done a few. Not enough. We could still use transmutation, alteration, alchemy. We'll get to those. Don't worry. Use essences. That we can do. Because I want to hit 12. I really want to hit 24. Though 19 would be acceptable too. 12 will be easy. 19 should be doable. I want to hit 24 for the breach portal effect. I want my portals to look like that, because that would be amazing. Darn. Yeah, it's okay. I have my bot set up to do that because one person once did spam the chat. I know most people aren't actually spamming the chat. I know you didn't spam the chat. So it's just because one person did, I had to set the bot up to auto do that. So yeah, if you cut it, like I'm interested to read it. I should have made a warning about that sooner or something, just so people knew. But sorry about that. We need armor, energy shield. Screw it, let's just go full armor gloves. I don't care.
I've traveled inland.
What do we got? And I'll check your messages. I see you're posting. I'm just checking the gear first. Realistically, I shouldn't even bother checking belts. Nothing's going to beat the one I got, but I might... Maybe they will, enough to sell at least. Life and no resist. Life, armor, lightning resist, but that's got tri-resist, so screw it. And the gloves, what do I need on gloves? I need it to have more than 10 fire, 22 lightning. Or so. No, not that great. No life either. Alright. 2 at wills. 3 encounters. Oh, okay, so it follows the D&D. Oh yeah, Neverwinter is D&D. Alright, hold on, I'm gonna continue reading your post in a second. They want my void manipulation, and I would like to sell it. Let's do that. Where was void manipulation? I don't actually have any mods in my chat, but I'm not a big enough streamer that it matters. I've got Moobot, and that handles the basic things, and I have the ability to ban and mute and whatnot, though I've only had to use it once ever, like at all. So, okay, I've got 7. There it is. Let's see. Use 2 buffing, 1 healing encounter, 1 CC daily, buff daily, giant form, yeah. That sounds pretty painful. That sounds very painful for the enemy. in case more than an ult and you're doing it with your auto attacks. Yeah, that's gotta feel pretty powerful. Pop these guys away real fast. Oh, and the ring was, good if I needed fire resist. I think I'm good on resist now, though. There. Where did I put the sacrifice fragments? Over there. And flesh offering probably won't sell either. It's a common enough gem. Well, whatever. Just in case, I'll leave it there. Wow, I'm getting up there. I've been streaming for several months. In my months of streaming... hello, Halo Dragons. Welcome to Viperland and the chat on this fine Pathing Through the Exile evening. In all of my months of streaming, I have only had to ban one person ever. I gave them plenty of warnings, and they were just being kind of a douche. And they weren't even being the biggest douche. They were just spamming chat. Like, they weren't being actively, like, hateful or racist or anything. They were just spamming chat and being annoying. That's the only person I've had to ban ever. So I'm happy about that. I'm glad that it's been a, overall so far, not hateful experience. It helps that I, in general, tend to be a chill person. But you never know. Some people see that as a challenge. Like, oh, I want to try and get him riled up. Which is not going to work well, because I would just ban somebody. But I try not to abuse power, but... You know how it goes. Ooh, chisels. Ah, we're starting to get chisels. Beautiful. We're going to need just all of those. Just all of the chisels. This is too big of an area. I don't know if I'm going to get all the stuff I want to get, like the hand. Ooh, splinters. Oh, bigger hand, bigger hand. Beautiful. Some people down there that can get murdered. Split arrows, okay, I guess. Well, that's about it. That could have been worse. Got a breach ring. Physical damage, rubbish. Just absolute vendor trash. An arcade map. Alright, we're already starting to get maps. We can't use them until Act 3. We're starting to get them. Those are what we're going to need all those chisels for. And a bunch of splinters. Splinters of The troll has become the moderator. I mean, sometimes that works. And, I mean, harmless trolling is fine. People just goofing around. I don't care. But when somebody's, like, just constantly spamming chat, it's like, hey, maybe chill. Maybe don't, kinda. But, like, I don't know. There's levels to it. Most of it's harmless. Some of it's not, and that I don't tolerate, but most of it's harmless. The shadow brought you from the dark side to the light side. That's true, then you get to troll the trolls. So you still get to embrace the troll mentality and do it for good. So it's a win-win. That's gotta be a lot of fun, I have to admit. That's gotta be enjoyable. Do you frequently get trolls? Like, is that... As somebody who hasn't gotten many, I don't know if it's a more common thing for others. Hunt the troll. You must know the troll. You must embrace the troll. You must become the troll. Oh man, that does remind me, I've never actually seen the movie, but I think I downloaded it. The movie Troll Hunters is apparently just a terrible, terrible, like a movie that's so bad it's hilarious, and I should probably watch that. Because I have it, I just need to actually sit down and watch it. You're the hero the chat deserves. I mean, hey, it sounds like it. Alright, getting close to the end of Act 1. We just gotta go through this zone and the next one. Lots of exploding merfolk things. Actually more like tentacle things, but merfolk's tentacle. In this game, it's close enough. They count them as sirens, so whatever. And though you won't realistically see it, this is actually one of the few games that has legitimate full frontal nudity in it. there are statues in later acts, like full-on just marble or bronze statues, that are naked, both male and female. And if you were to zoom in on said statue, they are anatomically correct statues being animated. And you don't see that in every game. For good or ill, whichever you prefer, but it's still not a common thing. My health is dropping a lot. I'm gonna have to try and keep my stuff going. Keep my buffs up. Oh, it's because there's so many of these big guys doing that cold damage. Okay, hold on a second. Hello, Issa. Welcome to Viperland in the chat. I will check the chat more in a second. This has actually gotten a little tense here. Just a moment while Holy mother of God! Okay, this breach, though. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Alright. Well, I made it to level 61 before I died. Well, let's just rebuff. I don't lose much. You lose 10% of... You lose 2 bars of experience in Merciless, which you guys can't see because my overlay. Hold on. You lose 2 bars of the experience down there per level, so you lose 10%. And that's about it. Like, that's all you lose, but it's just... I made it so far without dying this time around. And the breach was closing. Like, it was done. I just had to not die as it closed, and I couldn't pull that off. Well, time to loot. I like the way this game handles hardcore. In hardcore, if you die, you are no longer in hardcore, your character's moved to the softcore equivalent of that league. So, you can still play the character, you don't lose that time, but you can't play them as a hardcore character anymore. Which does lead to the ability to take items from your hardcore character and bring them to softcore by just making a level 1 mule and killing it. And that brings it to softcore. Like, if you're super invested in the character's not gone. You just can no longer play with any of your hardcore league friends or anything. Hey, a Rogue Exile. Haven't seen many of those this league. Oh, they're dead. Super fast. So yeah, those breaches don't mess around, by the way. In case you couldn't tell from that. Breaches... That's this league. Every 3 months this game, they have either a major or minor update, and they have a new challenge league. Think kind of the ladders from Diablo 2. How you'll make new characters that are specific to this league, and each league has some new twist to it, some new gameplay mechanic. This league, it's the breaches, and the shards and breach lords. You can play in just the regular standard league, but it's way more fun to do the 3-month leagues. In my opinion. To each their own, though.
Moment of your time.
He wants me to assassinate the target within the time limit. That is easy. Some of his missions suck. I love me some Diablo. Which Diablo do you play, Rose? Do you play Diablo 3, Diablo 2? Theoretically 1, though you don't see a lot of that lately. Kill 100 Nemesis rares? Hell yeah, I did that. And we got another breach coming up. Maybe I'll die here too. That last one was specifically hard. You guys saw me do like 1 or 2 so far today. That last one was just crazy. Like, look at this. This is nothing. This is like, okay, we've got some enemies. Yay. That last one was like, by the way, Viper, we have everything. It's all trying to kill you, and it's going to succeed. Diablo 3, okay. Every now and again I'll hop onto Diablo 3, but I tried. This last season, I tried to play some of it, and I had an okay time, but then a Path of Exile update happened, and I never really looked back. I don't hate Diablo 3, I really don't. But if I'm gonna play one of the two, I'm gonna spend more time in Path of Exile. Diablo 3 started terrible. Anybody who defends the early Diablo 3, I will strongly disagree with them. Real Money Auction House and all that stuff was just a terrible idea. They legitimately made the game better with the expansion. Like, honestly, the game is in a decent state now. I have nothing against it. I just prefer this one. Early Diablo 3, I tried to defend it for a while, but it's like as time went on, I'm like, no, it wasn't good. Now, yeah, it's fun. I like the seasons. I like the season journey idea. It's an enjoyable game. I'm gonna play this one. I like this one a little better. So if I'm gonna spend my time, may as well be here. And lately the new seasons just... I like seasons and I like, leagues and stuff. Reasons to start a new character. I like that. But they add, in my opinion, a little more content to this per league. But to each their own. Like, they're both very enjoyable games. Oh, you're another Viper. It's Viper is a common enough username. Okay, so we found this guy. We gotta kill him in 30 seconds. Oh boy, that damage though. All right, 23 seconds. You can die, sir. Yeah, Viper's a common enough one. I've used Viper AS literally since AOL dial-up days. Like, it was my first screen name, was Viper AS. And it's kind of just stuck. For a while, I didn't use it for much. I use it for screen names because I'm also not creative, but for a while it didn't matter too much. But when I joined the LAN club in my first college, it stuck because people there only knew each other by their handles. That was a class of 2 professors who were the people who watch out for the make sure you're not doing anything. Can't remember the term. It's late. Flame Blast. Oh, they're actually buying the Flame Blast. But I knew none of them their real names at all, nor they mine. I ended up one day eventually having the professor, who was our advisor. That's it, advisor. As a class, and he looked at me. He read the like attendance list. He's like, "That's your real name?" The funny thing is, I could never really call his real name in class. He played under the handle Mr. Dickbag, so it's hard to just wave at a legit college professor walking down the hallway. My hideout. Yeah, I'm in my hideout. Are they not in my hideout? Hell. Hold on a second. Let me leave and go back. It's hard to go down the hallway and like wave to a professor and go, "Hey, dickbag." Pardon me. Just like we had another guy who played under the name Hitler, specifically because we played a lot of Battlefield 1942. Fuck did I? Oh, Flame Blast. And he would always play medic, like, "Hitler has presents for all the little children," which is funny in the context, but you can't go to the super white guy in the hallway, say "Hi, Hitler" in the middle of a college. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But since then, Viper had stuck a little more as like, my friends IRL generally call me Viper. I don't care. I have a real name. It's not a bad name, but it's just become what most of my friends call me. It's just stuck. I also have to blow my nose momentarily, so I'm going to mute the mic for just a second. So just... Yeah, back when my family was first getting AOL, back when I was in elementary school, AOL dial-up, when they dropped me off for school, they're like, "Oh, what screen name do you want?" And I had recently watched, and this is going to show my age, I don't know if anybody else has even seen or heard of this. It was a Disney Channel movie based off a book called The Computer Who Wore Tennis Shoes. And in it, the bad guy used the handle Viper, or The Viper. And my young self was like, "That's a cool name." So I told my parents, use that. However, of course, Viper was taken, so they're like, "Oh, we just added your initials to it, Viper AS." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And it's stuck since then. It hasn't gone anywhere, and I'm okay with that. We got our first map. That's garbage. Salt can chill over here. Never know when you're going to need one of those. Superior flask. Is there really no more room? Alright, I'm going to have to keep moving these. These hammers will eventually, soon, be helpful, but until then I just need to stockpile them. Use all essences. Bone offering is not going to sell, but we'll put it there anyway.
God bless you, exile.
And back out we go. Yeah, I mean, the only downside to Viper is it's not the rarest name out there. Usually there's not many Viper AS. So at the very least, I got that. I got Viper AS covered. The 3DSs, oh yes, Street Passes are fantastic things. I honestly believe Street Passes were one of the main reasons 3DSs were so popular. Not that it's a bad system, but like that really gave it that extra oomph. Potato. There you go. Potato, the Mario Kart player. Let's get the, oh, I guess the boss had spawned and we had already killed it. I didn't even notice. Well, whatever. We got the all game, gets us another skill point. If we can find... Ah, here we go. Fairgraves is over here. Right, Fairgraves, bring it on. He's totally not going to attack us like he did in the previous 2 difficulties or anything. Oh, look, he's dead. Evasive Viridian Jewel of the Hearth. Okay, that's for an alchemy. Wonderful. We need more alchemy orbs. We're going to need a ton of them. Halo and dragons. I mean, that's a good combination. If you're going to like 2 things and mash them together for a screen name, it's not a bad thing at all. So, alchemy. You wanted evasive. There you go. Wonderful. Alchemy. And a thank you much, sir. Oh, that's the Templar, by the way. He doesn't wear pants. There's always just like a kilt or something. There are no, let's say. Apparently Viridian Jewels are just valuable. There's always somebody who's just like, even in alchemy, they're like, I'll buy all of your Viridian Jewels. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know why, though. Like, I'm not sure why they're all... Only Viridians are worth an alchemy each, but whatever. Even if they've got garbage stats, I'll take it. Who the fuck is Potato? I mean, that's gotta be a great thing to hear yelled down in the hallway, though. Let's head over back to Lion Eyes. Get our sweet skill point. Yeah, Halo Dragons doesn't seem like something that would be taken too often. Every now and again Viper Ass is taken, but usually it's because I already had an account on whatever it is and I totally forgot what my account for it was. So usually it's just that. Hold on, we're going to get a Temporal Chains. So we can have our Tri-Curse running now. Temporal Chains, they want to be online and buy out. An Alk? Really? You're selling temp chains for an Alk, you greedy bastards. It's not worth that. Well, whatever. I'll buy it for an Alk. I don't give a damn. We just got 2 of them, so I can manage. Even if I think it's a ripoff, I'll do it. Because I need it. And it's one of the gems I can't get from vendors on this character. Different characters can get different skill gems from vendors. Marauder, which is what I am, can't get temp chains from a vendor. Are they gonna respond? Are they gonna respond? Potato Spuddington the Third. That's a damn good name too. And they're not gonna respond. Let's hit the next one on the list. Whisper them. Alright, let's try this again for 1 Elk. It's funny the screen names you end up having in like colleges and online and stuff. There was somebody in the club that I was in who was just Sponge. Oh, why would I go to my hideout? I need to go to theirs. Visit hideout. So many other people's hideouts are way more decorated and cool than mine. Like, look at this. This is just cooler. Potato, Sponge, Viper. They tend to just be one-word things. Temporal Chains. Next much. Though, there are also people who would always change their name just to have specific fun combinations show up for, like, kills. There was somebody who played exclusively under the name Your Mom, or Your Mom's Vagina. So, like, Your Mom's Vagina killed Viper, which is just a funny thing to see pop up. But there was also somebody who played under the name AIDS, so we had AIDS killed Your Mom's Vagina. Things you can only really see in a LAN club. And as much as I like playing online games with friends and stuff, there's just something about doing it in like a LAN setting. There's something just that little bit better about, like, somebody shoots at you, instead of like, you don't even look, it's just like, who the hell was that? And you hear somebody behind you will be like, get wrecked, scrub! And it's like, I love LANs. I haven't done it since that club, but it's something I would like to do more of in my days. Let's see if we have enough mana, actually, to activate our 3rd curse. Now that we got it. Temp Chains. Alright, leaves us with 50 mana remaining, which is not enough to use Searing Bond. We can no longer Searing Bond, we can shield charge, and we can enduring cry. However, this actually ups our damage, and temporal chains is a great one because it just slows everything that it affects. Oh yeah, as soon as the teacher gives your real name out, I don't know, the one teacher that I had called me by the name. It's just like, I'm gonna keep calling you Viper. Like, they knew my real name after that, but it's like, no, it feels weird. I had to actually learn their name, because especially if they are teaching your class, you can't just be like, hey dickbag, I need help with this thing. Doesn't work. He was, we also played CS 1.6 back in the day, and he was an op whore, and damn it, I hate op whores. That was my introduction to first-person shooters. I'd never really played a first-person shooter on the PC until that club. I started with CS versus people who clearly knew the game, and I was like, I am playing this for the first time. And it was obvious. It was very obvious. I wonder if I could do... if I take that out. Yeah, if I take that out, I've got enough mana for Searing Bond. So that's cool. Barely, but enough. I'm rarely going to need more than one. Call him Richard? That's true, yeah. Richard Bag. There you go. That would be a good one. Like, we found ways around it, but... yeah. That I miss that school. It was... I don't miss... I don't know, it was good and bad. The food was terrible. It was in the middle of nowhere. It was literally built around a town that by population was considered a village. Like, we're talking, this is in the middle of nowhere. My entire college, at the time I was there, had a lower population than my high school graduating class. Not a big school. And it was cold as hell. It was so northern in Vermont, it was practically it doesn't show BTTV? Oh, it shows it to me. I see them over here. But it doesn't work with Twitch alerts to the best of my knowledge. I don't know how to set it up to work with Twitch alerts, so I see it for what it's worth. But the masses might not. I don't know how to get it to work with Twitch alerts. I've never really looked. I'll have to check into that. I really miss like the LAN club. Those were some good times. Johnson. I've got a friend who without just giving a, you could probably end up guessing his name just by what I'm about to say. Both his first and his last name are ways of saying penis. Yep. Like each of them is just a separate like slang term for penis. So it's like his first and last name is just like penis penis. Which is unintentional by his parents, but kind of funny. Though in no way related to his nickname. His nickname, since I've ever known him, has always been Sandwich. He's actually been on the stream once or twice. So rarely do we ever like refer to his real name because he's Sandwich. Why would we? Like, most of my friends are aware of my real name, but they just don't use it. They're like, it feels weird calling it that. Yeah, Johnson is a slang term for penis. It's not as common these days, but it's a thing. I do have decoy totem too. I have not been using my decoy totem. I haven't needed it. Even if they attack me, it's like they're dead. Oh yeah, corruption. I need more of these. These will be good later on. And we've got blasphemy leveling up. Oh, what is it? Radius. Oh, okay, so it just ups the radius. That's fine. So normally for curses, you have to manually apply them. Like, you cast it kind of like old school Diablo 2 curses. It would make this little area, anything that got hit by it, it's like, okay, you're cursed now. But I've got Mind Link to Blasphemy, which instead of being a castable thing, it just reserves some mana to do it as an aura around you. So anything near me just gets cursed. And I love it. It's beautiful. It's low maintenance, I don't have to worry about it, and just anything that gets close, it's like, well, screw you. Curses. And normally, you can only have one curse on an enemy at a time. Oh, hold on. I can't do temp chains yet. I don't have the ring. Hold on, I actually have to turn that off.
My mana is gone.
I was about to say, normally you can only have one curse at a time, but I've got this point, and I need to, there's a ring I need to buy, and you know what? I'm going to do it right now, so I can triple curse the boss. Just a moment here. I can't remember the name of it, though, so hold on a second. Not skill tree, we want here. Ring, 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 ring. This is the one we need. This is a utterly mediocre ring, but it gives you the ability to have, enemies can have one additional curse. So you take the passive point, you take this, and you can have triple curses. Theoretically, you can get boots that do it too, and you can quad curse, but... do I not have enough chaos for it? Frick. Frick, frick. Hold on a second. 3. I'm gonna see if they'll do 3 and 2 elk. Rock did, but that's fine, I don't care. Oh, it does have 5 all elemental resist too, alright. Let's say. Would you do 3 times chaos plus 2 times elk? There you go. Player's AFK, that doesn't help at all. The next one up is 5, so oh, see you, Rose. Sorry, I looked away from the chat for a little bit. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hosting as well. Hope you had a good time. And see you around whenever next time may be. I won't be going for too much longer either. It's almost 3 AM my time. And sleep will have to happen. So, I guess the ring's not happening. Whatever. We'll beat the boss. We'll get to the next town. And that's probably going to be it. This is on my shorter end of streams. But I had another shorter one earlier. And I didn't want to end it there. I was playing some Gigantic with one of my friends, which is a lot of fun. Damn good game. I wanted to play some Path of Exile too. Alright, so Merveil Form 1 is down. Incoming Form 2. What is this sleep? Well, it is currently 2:48 my time, AM. I was up this past morning at 6:45, so I am approaching 24 hours of wakefulness, and I would like to sleep at some point. I need sleep. That's a thing. Alright, and you dropped probably nothing, but whatever. Merveil got wrecked. Eastern time, yep, that's me. East Coast, USA. But I have viewers from all over because I tend to stream at nights. I tend to work afternoon to late evening, so by the time I get home and start streaming, it's like 11 PM my time. So I've had viewers from Australia, hello. I've had viewers from Germany. I have West Coast viewers. Woke up at 5 AM. Well, it's a little different for me because I specifically usually work nighttime shifts. So, like when I used to work and have to be up early mornings, whatever. Like I used to do it. Oh, 2 hours of sleep for the win. Screw that. I like sleep too much. Like, I can adjust to other sleep schedules, but I've adjusted to a nighttime shift. But I needed to get my state of Connecticut guards license today, and I had to take an 8-hour class for it, which ran for 9 hours because somebody was late. So, to get there in time, I had to be up very early. Way, way earlier than my normal wake-up time. Normally, I'm up to like 3, 4 in the morning, and I sleep till noon. I get up, I shower, I head to work about 3 o'clock, get out at 10, come back here, stream, rinse, repeat. But this past week, they've screwed up my work hours, I've been morning work hours, and the class screwed everything up, so my sleep schedule is like, Viper, stop, just stop, Viper. Oh, yeah, I mean, losing sleep sucks. I think we can all agree on that. A nice warm bed and sleep is pretty nice. Pretty nice. I don't know what I got over here. Do I really have full prophecies? No, I don't. Why are you not offering me... Okay, there we go. Counter and slay 2 powerful black... we can't do that one yet. That's further ahead. And that's all the silver coins I got. You buying anything here? Ah, chromatic. Anything else? Chromatic. Damn, 2 chromatic items. Wait, was that a third? No, it's not. No more chromatics. Well, we'll just sell them straight back to him for a profit. rubbish, terrible, and horrible. Cool.
Travel far.
We're still set up pretty decently. We could use a bit more chaos, but couldn't we always? Incinerate can go there. And we're doing alright. Yeah. We're doing okay. Could be better, could be worse. We got a map. Got a bunch of items I really need to sell off. All in all, things are going pretty good. That said, this is the end of the stream for tonight. This has been Viper S for Viperland. And I will return tomorrow. I don't know what I'm streaming, but let's be honest here, it's probably going to be Path of Exile or Final Fantasy 15. I can't say for sure. It's also possible I'm not around tomorrow night. There's the possibility that a local Barnes & Noble store is doing a Harry Potter type thing, but it probably won't happen until after I'm out of work, so I'll probably be here instead of spending time with friends, because boo, work hours. Either way, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. A big thank you to Shadow Rose Gaming for hosting, and for everybody here watching live and joining in the chat. You're all fantastic people. Thanks much. I will hopefully see people next time, and until then, have a good night.